there are repercussions if you're not in right relationship with Jesus and you try to take authority over things that you don't have the right to take authority over. We see it with the 7 sons of Sceva. Here's these boys, and they saw somebody else do it. Their daddy's a priest, and and a parent. I mean, they were exorcists. I don't know how they did that ministry, but now they see Paul, and wow, all he did was pray in the name of Jesus. We should try that. And so they tried that, and we know how that story ended. These guys get beat up. They end up running down the street naked. Okay, pastor's kids. That's a wonderful thing. And so the demon says, Paul, he says, Jesus I know, and Paul I know. When he says Jesus I know, it's actually the Greek word kenosko. Everybody say kenosko. Kenosko means that they have had experiences and run-ins with Jesus. So when they say, Jesus I know, they're saying, man, I've encountered him. We've had run-ins with him. We know who Jesus is. They might be thinking in their minds, he was the one who cast us into those pigs. He was the one, we were in that boy. Remember, we went to the synagogue. He cast us out right there in front of everybody. And they're thinking they've had run-ins and encounters with Jesus. And so he says, the demons say to these boys, they say, Jesus I kenosko. We've had run-ins and encounters with him. But he says, Paul, he doesn't say kenosko. He actually says, Paul I epistomai. It's a different Greek word. Everybody say epistomai. He says, Paul I epistomai, and that literally means that it's a term that means he recognizes something. He recognizes something. And that actually literally what it means is, you think about, some of you got a song that comes on and you think about, your first date with your wife or something like that, right? I think about every time I watch King Kong. This is a movie, yeah, I know, this is a deep, I fall more in love when I watch King Kong. You want to know why? Because that was the first movie that Leah and I went to that we held hands. Yeah. So I'm watching King Kong beat up Tyrannosaurus Rex, and my heart's just, I'm getting butterflies all over again, and it's just, what's happening there is epistomai. I'm seeing something. I'm seeing Kong, okay? And but I'm remembering something else. I look at that, but my mind goes back to something else. And this is what these demons are saying. They say, Jesus, we've had run-ins and encounters with him. And when I look at Paul, they say, when I look at Paul, I remember Jesus. Essentially is what they're saying. When they look at Paul, they say, I recognize the same thing that was on the inside of him. That was what was on Jesus, whom we've had run-ins and encounters with. That's powerful, isn't it? Man, I want demons to look at me and say, oh, I epistomai what's on the inside of him, man. When I look at Jacob, I see that same spirit, that same thing that was on Paul, that same thing that was on Jesus. And this is, I believe, church, this is how God